Good morning. Only the playoffs yesterday. Saint Etienne take a 2-1 lead. They've got the second leg this weekend. They're in fine fettle for that. Been the most impressive side in Ligue 2, Saint Etienne. Good 2-1 lead to take into the second round at the weekend. Cremonese Venezia 0-0, all to play for. Again, second round, I think, on Sunday. Tennis yesterday. Well, I don't know when it starts. It's very difficult to gauge when to get involved. So you're playing a waiting game for the whole day. So I missed out on a few of these yesterday. But let's have a look. This was the one which stood out. You stayed by the star. Shapovalov losing the first set via a tiebreaker. So that was an obvious play there. That's real standout. Got the usual. The favourite.
This market has been suspended.
Dropping the first set, winning the second, and then going on to win the match. That's what we're after. Similar story for Hurkacz as well, dropping the first set yet again to Nakashima. You can see his odds rose from 1.04 up to 1.3 for his second leg, but he won the second set again. So I miss these because I don't know when the tennis is starting. They don't give you any indication at all. I can't be sat in front of a computer waiting for it to start all day. It's a real pity. It'd be nice if they could start at a uniform time, but they can't control the weather. Or can they? Conspiracy theorists. Elsewhere, 1.2 favourite, no problem there. But this is a unique to men's Grand Slam tennis when 2-0 becomes 2-1. Watch out for that. Tends to be a general pattern. When you're 2 sets down, your opponent must win the next set to stay in. Happens time and time again. Shapovalov, as I say, the most obvious play yesterday. Argo Elysium, I couldn't trust him with stolen money. He did concede the second set, but I would be laying him at these odds. Far too short. Elsewhere, again, 1.67 is not a strong favourite on a tiebreaker first set lead. It's a difficult one to choose, that one. 1.91, the favourite suggests it could be anything. 1.03, so near that David Goffin take the first set, and again you've got a nice drift in the odds for a 1.03 shot. Novak, no problem for him. Not been in the best form. Corin Moutet, local lad, so no problem with him. I'll hit the haircut. 3 out of 3. Good stuff for him. If the tennis dries up, he can always get a job as a Hitler impersonator. Fabio Fognoni, well, looks like he spat the dummy out yesterday. Or Tara Paul, just too good. Rune, no problems again, but 2-0 to 2-1 yet again. You can see that pattern. Unique to men's Grand Slam tennis. 2-0 to 2-1 yet again. Great recovery from Thanasi Kokkinakis, mate. Straight, mate. Where's me strides, mate? I would have looked to take on Zappieri there. 2-0 down. Great stuff from Thanasi Kokkinakis, mate. Struth. Fantastic stuff, mate. Where's me budgie strikers, mate? Struth. Another 2-0 to 2-1. Yeah, Struff. I like Struff. Good player. Casper Ruud. Nearly an upset in the first. But, well, 5-setter. Great stuff from Davidovich Fokina, who we played the day before. Taylor Fritz. No real problems for Taylor. Gael Monfils. Not this time. The French veteran. So some good stuff in the ladies' game. Anything stand out there? Well, looks like the favourites. Well, great stuff from Chloe Paquet as well. She's giving the French crowd what they want. I told you. She won at 5s in her opening match. She won at 4s there. So well done, Chloe Paquet. You've got some great odds laying Siniakova with a set up with a 1.25 pre-match favourite. Well done. Paquet is keeping the French crowd very excited. Fantastic stuff. The 107s doing the job. As we move on down. That's about it, really. Looking on to today, and it's predominantly the Irish today. So let's have a quick look at the research. In the Irish First Division, Athlone against Cork. Both teams come into the match in good form, so those odds for Cork look a little bit too short for me. Athlone, solid home form, single goal defeat in the head-to-head. 1.65 for me is not backable, but Cork are unbeaten this season. 2+ goals scored in the last 3 for Athlone as well. They could give Cork something to think about. Co-Bramblers against Kerry. Kerry are gettable all day long, basically. That's the general rule for Kerry. Only 2 wins for Kerry. They've not scored that second goal away. Finn Harps against Wexford. Both teams to score as a possible. Goal before half-time are possible as well. Wexford score 2 goals regularly away against 6th and lower. Is that going to come to pass today? Treaty against Longford. These two are at the wrong end of the table. So we've got trust issues for Treaty and Longford. No win in 14 for Treaty. I mean, Longford unbeaten in 3, albeit at home. But away, they've got no win. Oh dear. Trust issues there. University College Dublin against Bray. Lay late draw here. Messy form lines. And when I say the word messy form lines, it means it's an unreadable match. So it looks very tough to unpack. No draw in 10 and then 6 away for Bray. So you might want to lay any late draw. Drogheda against Shamrock Rovers. Shamrock might be labelled if leading. The recent form is poor. And against the bottom 3 is poor as well for Shamrock Rovers. So again, 1.44 with that kind of form. No, thank you. Both teams have scored in the last 5 at home. 2+ goals scored in the last 5 at home for Drogs as well. So Drogs might take advantage of a Shamrock Rovers slipping up away from home. Dundalk against Derry. Only 2 wins all season for Dundalk. Only 2 defeats for Derry. So very contrasting form. Another puzzler in Scotland. What am I talking about? So, difficult one to talk with. Bottom of the league, Dundalk. 5 consecutive home clean sheets. So, difficult. Shelburne, top of the league at the moment. At time of writing. Only 2 defeats all season. No defeat in 8 and in 4 at home. Deserve their favouritism. Only 1 win since the 1st of April for Sligo. So we've got some readable matches today. St Pat's and Galway. Galway looks an obvious choice on recent unbeaten form. An unbeaten form away. But 2.2 the favourite is telling me a different story. So you either go with your research and then Galway not even favourite, looking value. Waterford and Bows, 2.45 the favourite. You get the idea with that. Bows can beat 1st and 4th away but lose to second bottom, to the bottom 2. So that's inconsistency. And I don't like inconsistency and unreadability when trading. You don't know which Bows turns up. In the Finnish Veikkausliiga, KUPS, vulnerable to away draws. But a draw is in play. They are top of the league, I believe. They're unbeaten this season, KUPS. Failed to score only once. They really good side, but 2.2 the favourite is telling you 6 consecutive wins and a draw. Recent form for Ilves. Inter Turku and Haka. Inter likely to concede. Haka likely to score. SJK and Marienhamn. SJK could be title contenders this season. Marienhamn not kept a clean sheet. I'd be still going with SJK. Win, draw, win at home. Failed to score only once. AC Oulu against HJK Helsinki. Not the HJK Helsinki of old. They are struggling. Both teams have scored in all matches for Oulu. All defeats have come against the top 6, albeit 3 away and 1 at home. Only 2 defeats for HJK. In 6 consecutive matches, they've failed to score that second goal. So there might be a problem today for HJK. Obosligan, Lynn and Mjøndalen. Both teams to score and a goal before half-time is standard for Mjøndalen matches. Seasonal form favours Lynn, whose wins coincide with matches against 10th and lower. Let's have a look at the tennis today. And what I like to do is to just have a quick scan. Like I did yesterday, I picked out the Shapovalov match as the most readable. I know there's one service who don't look at every single match, which is obvious, and looks pre-match. So picks a short list of matches. I like to rather be reactive because you don't know what's going to happen. So why don't you wait and see what happens. Rublev, having a great season so far, looks an obvious favourite here. I would be favouring him if Arnaldi landed a blow. Yannick Sinner, layable at 1.04. Just standard. Hurkacz, he's going to have another probable loss of a set here against Shapovalov today. So I'd look at that as a possible angle. This is a step up in class for Hurkacz, who at shorter odds has struggled and dropped sets already. Moutet, Frenchman, got to be respected when favourite. Algo Elisiem, look at the odds shooting up to 1.62, suggesting things are getting difficult for him. Shelton might be able to nick a set or two off him today. Stefanos Tsitsipas I wouldn't be backing at 1.1. And Carlos Alcaraz from 1.01 all the way up to 1.1. And at 1.01 he struggled as well. So those 1.1 favourites do look vulnerable. Particularly if they win the first set, you're going to get a very short odds lay. In the ladies, Iga Swiatek got to be laid at 104. She nearly got a scare in her last match against Osaka. 1.13 Vondrousova. And again, you know the drill. Chloe Paquet's already won at fives. She's already won at fours. Can she win at sixes? Vondrousova is layable, particularly if she wins the first set. Chloe Paquet will be absolutely buzzing. She looks a stern figure as well, doesn't she? Don't want to mess with her. Don't mess with the Paquet. Against Siniakova, as you've already seen yesterday. Fours, outsider. Against Schneider, you already saw. Fives, outsider. The market does not like Chloe Paquet, but the market's not learning. So Vondrousova, that gets a nice star from me. Vondrousova layable if winning the first set. So I do a basic look like that. That gives me an idea of the matches to focus on. I would be taking on these two, particularly if they won the first set, Tsitsipas and Alcaraz. I don't like Algo Elisiem. Yes, Moutet, Frenchman. I think Hurkacz will struggle a bit more today. He struggled at 103. He struggled at 1.3. Yannick Sinner, layable at the off. Rublev, I think, can be trusted. So we've got some familiars there. Don't forget, read the previews if you want. They'll give you an idea about any possible injury concerns as well. It's normally my day off today on Friday. If the tennis actually kicks off at the correct time without any rain delay, then I'll be keen to look at that today. Ireland, it's up to you. There's some readable matches. Do look at the research and do have a look at fcstats.com, as I say. It gives you a quick indicator, particularly early on in the season, of any gaps in form. We don't want gaps in form. For example, Drogs and Shamrock. Go straight down to the challenge table, which is unavailable for this league at soccerstats.com. That's where we go to FC Stats. You see 9th against 3rd. You've already got an indicator here. Both teams have scored 2+ goals in Drogheda home matches against the top 4. So we're looking for a potential competitive match today. They're scoring 2 goals at home regularly, the Drogs. And we got Shamrock, who against 6th and lower, struggling to score that second goal. So this could be a competitive match. This is what the challenge table can unpack for you. The challenge table is a look at how teams perform against other teams in the league. It gives you a nice indicator about potential struggles and patterns away from home. For example, Drogheda struggle against the top 5 at home. Drogheda struggle. Start winning against 6th and lower. So already giving you clues as to how to play, and you can see 2, 2, 2, 2, 3, 2 goals scored at home for Drogs. I think, despite Shamrock Rovers beating them 4-0, Shamrock Rovers away from home are not the same animal. Have a great day today. You might hear from me in the tennis, but I've been caught unawares by all of this rain delay. But I've got a clear indication of the matches to focus on today. Have a great day.